Hey everybody, it's InvaderZim here, and we are going to be doing another Starcraft 2 replay. So this replay is going to be over the Protoss player up in the top right corner called Road Phantom, and down here at the bottom right we have me, Roy, as the Zerg player. So the good lucks and have funs have been sent out, and the first thing that I would like to talk about is maybe a favor from you guys, or some participation. I really don't know which one you would call it. So while these workers mine, because the beginning of StarCraft games are pretty uneventful for at least the first couple minutes. So the participation from you, the viewers. Turns out that I don't have as many good StarCraft 2 replays as I thought I did. So I'm running pretty low, actually. I know this is only going to be the really first one that is going to be semi-interesting, but I only have like one or two more lined up that I've found. So what I was thinking is maybe you guys would like to submit some of your own replays, or replays that you have found, and I would commentate over them. The way that would work is you would just send me a message over YouTube, and I would send you my email address, and then you could send me the replay, and then I would comment on it, and we would post it on YouTube, and there would be much rejoicing. Got the probe going in scouting, and my drone going in scouting. Unfortunately, my poor drone has a mouthful of minerals. So, yeah, the replays. The only requirement that they would have would be the fact that I would like them to be at least interesting. I wouldn't want anything too monotonous. I don't want to see like just a normal 4-gate win, or you know, something like that. At least something a little bit different. Anything would be fine, just as long as it's not, you know, just something crazy normal. I want something as unique as possible, and the more unique replay that you could give me, I would be so grateful for it. So, now that that's over with and I'm done talking with that, back to the game that we are looking at. The Road Phantom is starting his gas at 210. Now, the only reason that I scout a Protoss player, I don't know Protoss timings at all, and even if I did, the league that I'm in, knowing that his gas went up around 210 does not matter at all, especially in the league that I'm in. People just do things on whims. There's no really rhyme or reason. There's not some really intricate system of detailed things are going to happen after this gas goes up. Just generally, oh, I'm going to make gas because I need gas because I'll eventually make stalkers. There's not like, I need gas at 205 to get my third stalker out at, you know, 350 or, you know, something crazy like that. So he's going to get his first gateway up at 250, and he's supply blocked here for a moment. So we'll get back to him in just a second. We're going to come down here, and I decided to do an early expo. I don't know about you guys, but if I ever play Zerg, I usually play random, but if I ever get a Zerg, then I always do a fast expo. I don't know why, it's just something that I do. I find it easier to macro up when Zerg has two bases, so usually as long as I can survive the very beginning, usually I'm okay. Now, both of us, let me go ahead and get that out of the way, both of us are going to make tons and tons of mistakes. I'll try to point them out, but I'm not very good, so I don't know. I'll point out a couple. I'm sure you guys are a lot better, so you guys will probably see a lot more than I do. Another thing that I would like you guys to ask or do is if I say something wrong, like when timings are supposed to be, or if you disagree with me at all, definitely post in the comments and correct me, because I am a StarCraft nub, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would correct me. I would enjoy learning just as much as maybe if any of you guys would learn anything out of this. So there was his first Zealot coming out, about 350, 340, I don't know, somewhere around there. And his Zealot is going to come straight down here, and he is going to Zealot rush me. And since I did this crazy early expansion, I really should have a couple lings out by now. I already have my spawning pool up, and I decided that I was going to go for quick roaches. And at this point, I am a moron and pull all of my drones off of the line because I'm freaking out. I'm actually not used to seeing a Zealot this early, and this is one of my earlier games. I played this game a while back. I maybe actually be in like the Silver League or something lower even, I don't know. The way that I probably should have handled that is I probably should have taken off like 6 drones off of mining and gone and killed that Zealot. His second Zealot is coming out now. He's also got a third Zealot coming. So at this point, yeah, I should have just taken off a couple drones and killed that one zealot. Now this zealot, I figure if I can just play Ring Around the Rosie, I guess I'll be fine, because I have some lings that are gonna come out here in a second. Unfortunately, they are misled. What's the word I'm looking for? The word I don't know, the point. Wherever you press it and they go. I forget it. Oh well, I'm sure it'll come to me later. So, I decided that I thought these lings would kill this guy, so I figured I would come over here and start macroing a little bit over there, I think, or something. And then I come back over here, and I'm like, oh my goodness, he's still alive. And he ends up killing 2 of my drones, and then I think I end up killing him. Now, while all this is going on, my furry fellow friend, Random Phantom, or Road Phantom, excuse me, has been probing up like crazy. He's got 22 probes compared to my 17, and whenever you're a Zerg player and your enemy is a Terran or Protoss and he has more harvesters than you do, that's not good. That's generally a bad thing. So he has 4 gates up. Yay for 4 gating. I love 4 gating. And being the wise guy he is plopping his zealot right there and forming his wall. He's already got his tech out, his teleporty tech, Stargates, or whatever it's called. I suddenly forget. I'm really bad with Protoss. Protoss is my worst race. I don't even know all of the upgrades that Protoss has. I'm not really sure why he leaves these guys back for a couple seconds. I think he may have just misclicked or something. And he's going to attack again. And dummy me, I don't really have that much of an army. I decided that I would try to expand my economy even more, and then I got supply blocked, and it just didn't end up very well for me. And at this point, he has 4 stalkers and a zealot right inside of my base, and it's pretty much a bad thing. It's not good. I decided that I would try to micro around the queen. I really didn't want her to die. And at this point, I would like to point out that he has got his proxy pylon up and reinforcing. That is really important for basic 4-gate strategy. Is the good thing about Protoss is they can just warp in units right at your front door, and it really helps them with just resupplying their units. So that's pretty much what makes the 4-gate extremely useful. I think the whole idea behind a 4-gate is that it's just enough where you can use all of your minerals if you've saturated your base. You can use all of your minerals to make units, and you have just enough. If you have 5 gates, you're not going to be able to use all of them. If you have, 3 gates, you're going to need an extra gate. And at this point, he is kicking my butt. And then I see I pulled all of my drones off of my expo. My other expo doesn't have very many drones either. He's still beating me by drones. And I think that I just got speedlings, so that helped a little bit. Zealots versus lings are... The lings usually win if they can surround them, but if you have a glob of zealots, they usually beat quite a lot of lings. You just need to have them grouped up. So he decided to warp in a whole nother army because, he's just that much of a boss. I'm not really sure why this guy's up here. I guess this is just his scout that he forgot to move back. I don't know. And another bit of advice for those Zerg players out there is you're supposed to be spreading around your overlords, but I don't because I'm not very smart. And there go my poor roaches. Oh, those poor things. And at this point, I sent a lot of Zerglings up here to go check out and see if his base was open, and it actually was. So I managed to hurt him at the same time while he is absolutely destroying me. And unfortunately, some of the ways that those ways, if I can speak in proper English, some of the ways that base swapping works is if you both base swap, basically it's whoever has the biggest army wins, usually. But since I had an expo, he's sitting down here and attacking some of my poor, unevolved larvae, those poor things, and he gives up on that. And then I start making some little lings out of it. Now, an important thing to note is that whenever you have a Zerg player, and you are trying to kill him, he may have an entire army brewing inside of his base. So you want to get in there as soon as possible and see how many eggs he has coming up, and do as much damage as quickly as possible, because you may think that you may have a Zerg player beat, and they just may be able to mass an army up just really quick because they have some resources saved up and a couple larvae saved up. And he killed my poor queen, and he's absolutely dominating me. At this point, it's not looking very good. Not gonna lie, it's looking pretty bad at the moment. He's starting to kill my workers. Killed quite a bit of everybody. And he's got some more stalkers coming down from up here. And I decide that it's time to pull off my drones and run away. And got a couple roaches still coming out, but it looks like it's pretty much over. And for some odd reason, he decides that he's going to go for the spawning pool instead of the roach that's attacking him. I don't know why he did that. I understand that spawning pool, once we kill the spawning pool, a Zerg player cannot create any more offensive units at all. But I think I would be more worried about these guys, especially since he should have known that I wasn't getting any more minerals. So I wasn't going to make any more people anyway. So if he had just finished off these guys as they were coming out, he would have been fine. So now they've got three stalkers versus quite a bit of roaches, and I hurt him pretty bad up here. He's only got a couple of guys left. I'm not really sure why this probe isn't gone back up and started mining again. His little proxy pylon probe man, not the wisest decision. And one of the more noteworthy things, I suppose, about stalkers, I'll just spout out random facts and sound like I know what I'm talking about when I really don't. But at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. I thought I was dead multiple times quite a while ago, and for some odd reason, somehow or another, it turned out that it was okay. So at this point, he has finally decided that it is time to use that probe, and that he is not worth standing by the watchtower, I suppose. And roaches are really robust units. Like for how expensive they are, this roach has 145 health. I know he moves really slow, but a stalker only has, if you include their shields, 160. That's what, a 15-point difference. A 15-point difference for when a stalker costs, oh, I don't know, what, 50 more minerals and 25 more gas, I think. I think stalkers cost 125 minerals and 50 gas. I don't remember though. And he decided to run off with these guys, which is probably a good choice. 2 stalkers versus what, 7 roaches? Probably not the best battle. And at this point, I've just given up on making more of an economy. I decided that it was time that I should probably push out. So he does something extremely wise that I really like about Protoss. This is one of my favorite things about Protoss, is the Sentry. Now the Sentry can use their crazy little force field and block off all sorts of ramps, and they're used in battles and everything. Fortunately, he didn't get that the force field off in time, and some of my units got in. A little bit of miss micro. He lost those 2 stalkers, and things weren't looking very good. He had enough minerals and gas to put in another Sentry though. So if he had managed to put up a force field, he could have used another force field after that. And I would have been blocked out for a good long time. And if he had enough for 1 more Sentry, that's 3 force fields. And I'm not really sure how many sentries you have to alternate force fields to forever keep them up. I had a game that I was looking for. I couldn't find it though, and it was of me and another guy. And it was a 1v1, and basically, oh, good game. So there's a GG, but it was I'll have to tell that story some other time, I suppose. So that is it. Small comeback, but definitely give me any of your replays that you enjoyed or found fun at all. Just post them or send them to me. Check me out on YouTube. I would really appreciate it, and thank you guys so much. At this point, it's pretty much over. It's pretty much done, and he has left the game. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next replay. See you then.